Over 7,000 islands make up the Philippines, and we're on a journey to see some of the very best.
It's absolutely gorgeous here.
From the limestone cliffs of Palawan to the bustling night markets of Cebu City, and some of the most beautiful island beaches you will ever find. This is our island hopping story through the Philippines. This week we're in Manila, the vibrant capital of the Philippines. Once devastated during World War II, it rose from the ashes to become a dynamic mix of old and new. From the historic Intramuros to war memorials to bustling modern skyscrapers and nightlife. Let's check it out. Isn't that cool? There are loads of them. Right, well, welcome to Manila. Arrived at the hotel. First impression, Manila's quite busy. A lot of cars, a lot of traffic. We didn't notice as many tuk-tuks or trikes on the way in. Pretty quiet in that respect. And that might be due to the fact that you can use the Grab apps in Manila, a bit like we could in Cebu City. So one top tip, when you get to the airport in Manila, they'll have the taxi, the guy who controls all the taxis come over to you. And he asked where we were going when we said the hotel name. He said, oh, just under 1,500 pesos. So we went on the Grab app and we were collected within 3 minutes, brought straight here for 400. So there you go, top tip there. Make sure you've got the Grab app installed when you get here. Definitely save you some money, and it's really convenient too. Just about to go into the hotel. We're a little bit early, quite early. So we're going to see if we can get a luggage storage for the rest of the morning, and then we can go off and explore Manila while we wait for check-in to open. Pretty cool hotel this actually, so can't wait to show you around. This is pretty cool. This way for the hotel. It say 3rd floor, didn't it? Oh, this is nice. Oh, well, that's the luggage dropped off. We've got about 2.5 hours before we can check in. Now, the hotel is actually attached to a water park. We've also got a big aquarium here as well. There's a lot of activities you can do on site. As part of our room, we have actually got 2 complimentary tickets into the water park if we get time, but we've only got 2 days here, so I don't know if we get time, but if we find time, we will. It's a really cool place. First thing we're going to do though is head out, grab some lunch because we're both quite hungry, and then we're going to head up to a place called Fort Santiago, which is about half an hour's walk from here. So we'll have a look through centre of Manila on the way up. We've got a big stage just outside the hotel. They're just setting up for a festival called Matsui. It's a massive Japanese and Filipino music festival happening all weekend, so it might be a bit of a noisy weekend. This is the main road that goes up alongside the bay. Say, it's quite American, doesn't it? It's very reminiscent of an American city, this part, apart from the Philippine flag flying in the background, obviously. So a lot of these little buses, they're all done up. Saw a lot of them in Cebu City. Didn't see so many in El Nido or Coron. Loads of them, all lined up. Another one. Seem very popular. There are a few trikes around, a few tuk-tuks, but nowhere near as many as we've seen on other islands. Love the horses. So they do what they call Khaleesi rides, which is the horse and carts. Quite a few of them around here actually. We also find as you're walking around, a lot of people will be asking to do tours for you. Random people will turn up with a card showing all the different sites and offering to show you around. They can give you a bit of hassle, to be honest. On the whole, they're not too bad. Only 75 pesos each, it's not too bad at all. So that gets us into the Intramuros area where the Fort Santiago is. There's a few cafes as you come in, so you can come and sit down and have a bite to eat and a drink. Yes, that looks like a really nice place, nicely kept gardens. I'll have a little look around, see what it's all about. Right, coming in this nice little cafe, El Desvan Cafe, just inside the entrance. Nice little place, 6 on the menu. Alright, got a nice tuna sandwich. It's under there somewhere. Tuna, I'm sure if that's tuna under there. Got a ham and cheese. Yeah, it's questionable. Nice frappe and a Coke. What could possibly go wrong? I will have this and then we'll get cracking. So the fort, as it is today, was built in the 1590s. And at some stage in the past, it's been a military headquarters for the British, the Americans, the Spanish, the Japanese,
The fort became a shrine dedicated to José Rizal, a Philippine nationalist who became a national hero for standing up against Spanish colonial rule. He was incarcerated here for 56 days before being executed in December 1896.
Actually, one of the myths, whether it is a myth or not, I don't know, of the fort is that Dr. José Rizal's spirit still roams here. Some people have reported hearing things and seeing things. Thankfully nothing to report from us, otherwise I'd be out of here like a shot. A lot of people incarcerated here over the years. It's only over 30 years, that one. So a lot of them were tortured, raped. Part of the history of the Philippines. Everywhere's got its history, isn't it? Solemn way to end the trip, really. Not entirely sure what that is. If anybody knows, do pop it in the comments below. A lot of the old munition shells there, and the old cannon. So after you come through the main entrance gate into the Santiago fort itself, come straight into the central plaza, little green area. That's what was used originally for the military drills, marches, ceremonies and things like that. And right at the end, statue there of José Rizal himself. So there is a museum here you can visit if you want. It's actually the actual shrine for Dr. José Rizal, and that's because that's where his actual cell was. It's where he was incarcerated for 56 days straight before his execution. It's optional, you don't have to do it. We're not allowed to film in there, not allowed to baseball caps, not allowed to talk, not allowed to do most things in there, so we've chosen to just skip that one. It is free though, if you choose to go in. Well, that was a bit of a solemn place to visit. So the 600 bodies were actually discovered in those dungeons. The dungeons were originally used as a munitions store by the Spanish, but then subsequently turned into dungeons to keep anyone who disagreed with the rulers at the time, shall we say. It was not until the Americans came in after the Second World War and discovered that the Japanese had left those 600 people to starve and suffocate down there. Must have been the worst way to go. Part of the dark history, unfortunately, of Manila and the Philippines as a whole. Very badly affected during the Second World War, as were most places. As I said, a bit of a solemn way to end the journey around the Philippines, but it's also a huge part of the Philippines.
The 600 decomposing bodies discovered by the US Liberation Forces were buried en masse under this white cross.
Oh, what do we have up here? It's interesting. Lots of Lego bricks. So it's all Lego monuments, all the different places in Manila. Central Post Office, Carlo Crystal logo, I don't know where that is. A jeepney, our jeepney bus. Never got to go on one of those. Philippine Eagle. There we go. Looks like something from Transformers. Oh, there you go, a little Lego exhibition. Oh, a little tarsier. We saw one of these in Bohol. There we go. That's pretty cool. Yeah, someone had some fun, didn't they, building all of these. Right, let's head back downstairs. What are you doing on there? You paid your fee? No. Come on. Got time for sitting down? I can't take her anywhere. Place to go, things to see. No idea how much it is or where it goes. So these lovely old buildings. Just wondering what it was. Then we realised they're building a Starbucks. They just get everywhere, don't they? So you just come out opposite, over the road from Fort Santiago. You got Plaza de Roma, and that sits outside this lovely big basilica. It's Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception. Really nice old church, worth a look. Few street vendors, bit of street food down here if you're feeling a bit peckish. Might take a look. Got some stuff here. We've got fish balls, empanadas, sushi, shawarma. Nice selection of food in there, feeling a bit peckish. That's intestines, yeah. Give up. Oh, thank you. So we've got mango, avocado and cheese ice cream. Thank you very much. Never tried this before. Yeah, it's more like a sorbet than an ice cream. That's the mango, it's quite nice. I'll let you know what it's like when I get down to the cheese ice cream. I never thought I'd see the day. I don't know what that tastes of. It doesn't taste cheesy.
Here is my Lamborghini.
Actually, that's a nice Lamborghini.
I can show you around and then...
No, we like to walk around on our own, thank you.
Maybe later.
Yeah, we'll be fine, thank you.
Better you have a guide.
We like to explore by ourselves, thank you. Sometimes you've got to tell it 3 or 4 times. I do get the message. Not too keen on this cheesy thing, but God. Right, we're going to have a look in the cathedral. Don't know if we can film. If we can, you might see something. Less concerned about me filming, I'm more concerned the fact that I have my hat on, so that's the only thing I've got told off for. Well, it's a place of worship, I suppose. Abide by the rules, be respectful. I'm going to walk through the centre of the Intramuros district, back to the park, which is opposite the hotel, called Rizal Park, obviously named after José Rizal. And then we're going to go into the hotel and actually pick up a room key, check out the room. Give you a little room tour before we go back out for the evening. Excited about this one. Nice flowers on the tree. Quite nice. Another site of people been massacred here. Someone important, don't know who. No idea what's going on or who this is. So that's the Church of St Augustine. One of the oldest churches, 16th century. Oldest stone church in the Philippines. Really nice. I'm not going to go in. I'm not going in all the churches because we'll be here all day. George J. Willman. Knights of Columbus Fraternal Association of the Philippines. No idea what that's all about. Looks official. Straight opposite, you've got another Starbucks. It's a nice old building, this is. It's almost Japanese. So we're coming to Rizal Park, named after José Rizal, just opposite our hotel. So we're going to walk through here, check this out on the way back to the to check in. Well, we've checked in, but we've got to pick up the room key. Lots of funny lampposts. Nice clock, sponsored by Hyundai. Oh, the Hyundai badge in the middle there. What's the time? Oh, it does work. Hands just moved. So they've got some restoration work going on along here. Near the music festival. Music across the road. Apparently I have got a Japanese garden here, so I might go and check that out because that might be pretty cool. Nice little Japanese pagoda. Much cooler in the shade. Oh, that's nice. These lovely archways made of bamboo. Really nice. Bridge with all the lanterns both sides. But it looks quite nice at night, all lit up. There's a couple of fish in there. Looks like another Japanese garden. There's Confucius himself, considered one of the world's greatest teachers, born in 1551 BC. So there's another spot where a few priests were actually executed by strangulation. There's just everywhere you go. There's little pieces of history, dark history, but it, again, like I said, it is history. All deserves a mention, really. And this is the site of José Rizal's execution. Reenactment of the shooting, the execution of José Rizal. We've just come out to the end of the park now, and this end you've actually got the Rizal monument there. We always have the guards on duty there, and they have a changing of the guards, so it's definitely a place to come and have a look at. Right, back at the hotel, time to pick up the keys and check out the room. Been looking forward to this. Okay, 3122, there we go. There we go. How about that? Lovely, thank you. Isn't that cool? There are loads of them. So Chinatown isn't quite like you would find Chinatown in London or anywhere like that, which is basically one street. Here, Chinatown is more of a district. It kind of spreads out either side of the main streets. Hard to know where it starts and finishes, really. Right, so as you come over the bridge into Chinatown, you've got two archways. You've got the new Binondo archway, really nice, changes colour. Just a little bit further on, you've got the original Binondo Chinatown archway. Not sure which one I prefer, actually. That's quite nice with the dragons and everything on the lanterns, but that one changes colour. Let us know in the comments below which one you prefer, the old one or the new one. Well, we've come to a little place in Chinatown called the Ying Ying Tea House. Had some reasonable reviews on TripAdvisor and on Google, so we're going to give it a go. Bit of a canteen sort of feel to it, if I'm honest. Won't judge a book by its cover. Right, we've got some special pal, which we've both been digging into. It's really nice. Kelly's got a sweet and sour pork. We've got some lemon chicken, and I've got some pork, some chicken, rice, egg, some greens. I don't know what they are, but so far really nice. I think we've done well. Lemon chicken's virtually gone. We've got a couple of bits of pork left, but that's about it really. All in all, not too bad really. Quite reasonably priced in here. Yeah, I think I'd recommend it. Nice little shrine just here. All the incense sticks in there. Got a couple of fountains on there. Another one just down there. It's quite nice with all the lanterns lit up. A memorial dedicated to the Filipino-Chinese veterans of the Second World War. It's quite nice. They fought the Japanese. Now, of course, another option, just stuck places to go whilst in Manila, is the lucky Chinatown Mall. Looks quite nice from the outside. So, a little bit of time, we're going to check it out. Bamboo dragon, right from the entrance, comes all the way here, curves round, comes to a head, so to speak. Just here. Lovely flower archway here. Lots of different cakes on sale. Oh yeah, cheesecakes, chocolate velvet cake. Not unlike any other mall you're going to really. A lot of big names, Mango, Starbucks on the entrance, sunglasses, cups, Birkenstocks, there's all sorts of familiar names. It closes in about half an hour anyway, so it's getting late. Right, so we decided to come back to the hotel. So we can get up to early tomorrow morning and make the most of our last day in the Philippines. Good morning. Well, we've been watching the fish for the last couple of hours this morning. Nice lay in. Watching them swim by. Anyway, so, today, yeah, last day in the Philippines, in Manila. Sad day. We've got to go back tomorrow. Back to Blighty, back to London. So we're going to go and see what else we can see in Manila. We're just going to chill out, have a nice little wander around, see what we can find, and then, unfortunately, come back and pack.
The Manila American Cemetery and Memorial is the largest American World War II cemetery in the world. Most of those memorialized and buried here gave their lives in the Philippines and surrounding regions, from Australia to Japan and westward to China, Burma and India. The 152-acre sacred site consists of over 17,000 white marble headstones marking the final resting places of those who gave their lives, and in the centre of the site the Wall of the Missing, with the names of over 36,000 personnel still missing to this day. It is cared for and maintained by the American Battle Monuments Commission, but remains Philippine soil.
Well, after having a little walk around that cemetery and memorial, which is quite a sombre place, we thought we'd take a little stroll down. It's 25 minutes walk down to McKinley Hill, where you've got the Venice Canal Mall. Now, it's very similar, what we've seen online, it's very similar to what we saw in the Venetian casino in Macau. Modelled on the Venetian canals, hence the name. So we're going to go and have a look. There we go, Venice Grand Canal Mall. First impressions, it looks like mostly food places, little restaurants. There's a few familiar names here. You've got TGI's, you've got Starbucks, you've got the gondola ride as well, the Rialto Bridge there. Difference here, this is the real sky. In the Venetian in Macau, that was all fake, which is very, very clever. This is the Lovelock Bridge, so a lot of padlocks on here. Well, that was the Venice Canal Mall. In all honesty, it's a bit gimmicky. There's not much there apart from the restaurants and the odd designer store, so if you're a little bit undecided as to what to have for dinner, you can come here, you can put your choice. And if you want to do a little bit of shopping, it's fine. Other than that, there's not much more here really. It's a nice place, don't get me wrong. Nice place to come and have a walk around. Sit, grab coffee, watch the world go by, great people watching. I'm going to go back to the hotel, freshen up a bit, and then go get some dinner. Alright, nicely refreshed and rested. Now, time to go get some dinner. We're taking tonight's restaurant from recommendation from a fellow YouTuber, Paddy Doyle. When he was here a couple of years ago, he actually went to the restaurant next door to our hotel. Apparently it was quite good, so we don't fancy going too far tonight, so we thought we'd give it a try. Oh, thank you. We're only going to the restaurant here, so...
Maybe later if you want.
No. Hello, little puppy. Hello. Hello. What are you doing? Yeah? What are you doing? There's a lot of stray dogs around here, and cats, and kids. A lot of kids knocking around, quite young. Nothing on their feet, very little on. A lot of them do come up to you and say they're hungry and they want some money. You can't help everybody. And I don't like to treat people differently, agree with it or disagree with it. I like to just say no, can't help everyone, so I don't give to anybody. There's so many here, you can't say everybody. And the little change that we carry isn't going to make a lot of difference. Well, this is the Harbour View restaurant. So if Paddy Doyle says this is a good restaurant, then I'm inclined to give it a go, because he tends to know what he's talking about. Well, that's the hotel there, so we're not too far away. well, there we go. We've got a nice table. You see the hotel behind us. See a nice sunset as well. Not bad. Do a lot of seafood here. Got some sushi. Lovely, thank you very much. Got kare, we got some fried rice, we got some pancit, which is the noodles. Very nice. I've got to say, it was nice, but it's definitely beaten us. Not the best kare I've had, but it was still nice. Fried rice, lovely, really nice. And the pancit, yeah, again, really nice, but in between the two of us, we couldn't get through those, so yeah, had a paid bill, get out.